بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والحمد لله الذي لا إله إلا هو على ما من به علينا من النعم الكثيرة الظاهرة والباطنة، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه. أما بعد, by the name of Allah, the most merciful and the most compassionate. All praise belongs to Allah, the one that there's none that has the right to be worshipped except Him, who has bestowed upon us blessings that are numerous, blessings that are in abundance, those blessings that are outward and inward. And I bear witness that none has the right to be worshipped other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is alone without having any partners. And I bear witness that Muhammad ibn Abdullah, he is his servant and his messenger. May the peace and salutations of Allah be upon him and his family and his companions, and upon all those who follow upon his guidance into the establishment of the last day. To proceed, ikhwan, Allahumma inna na'udhu bika min ilmin la yanfa' wa min qalbin la yakhsha' wa min nafsin la tashba'. Verily Allah, وَمِن دُعَاءٍ لَا يُسْمَعْ. Verily Allah, we seek refuge with you from knowledge that has no benefit, and from a heart that has no fear, from a soul that has no satisfaction nor contentment, and from a dua that goes unanswered. From a dua that goes unanswered. To proceed, إخوان, فنرحب بكم جميعا إلى هذه السلسلة العلمية. So we welcome each and every one of you to these series of classes, حيثما ندرس شيئا من اللغة العربية, whereas we're learning, deriving benefit from the science of the Arabic language, فلأصحاب الكتب, so for those that have the book, alhamdulillah, وصلنا إلى صفحة 98. For those that have the book, we have arrived, alhamdulillah, at page number 98. Page number 98. طيب. فعندنا بعض الكلمات. So we have some new words, walhamdulillah, التي تعلمناها قبل, some words that we learned previously, walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. من يذكر كلمة, who can mention a word, ya ikhwan, that we had the honor to learn. طيب. تعلمنا الصباح. We learned الصباح, the morning, the daytime, the morning. الصباح. الصباح. وكذلك تعلمنا كلمة المساء. We also learned the word المساء, the evening. المساء, the evening, the early night, the evening. الصباح, المساء. طيب, we also learned صندوق البريد, the mailbox. We also learned the mailbox. صندوق البريد. صندوق البريد. شبه دال. اسمع دال يا اخوان. طيب, صندوق البريد. The mailbox. Can also be post office, but the post office will be kind of different. مكتبة صندوق البريد. The mailbox. أو مكتبة البريد. نعم. وأيضا تعلمنا جمع ماذا رسالة. We also learned Alhamdulillah. We also learned the word, the plural of رسالة, which is رسائل. رسائل. رسالة is a letter. رسائل, the plural letters. ورسالة بشبيه فتحة. ورسالة is a letter. Can also be a message. Can also be a message. وعليك السلام شيخ عبد الله, كيف حالكم اليوم؟ أو شدي يا أخي؟ جميلا جميلا, بارك الله فينا وفيكم. May Allah bless us in you. May Allah bless. طيب, وكذلك تعلمنا كلمة مبكر. We also learned the word مبكر, early. عكس متأخر, the opposite of late. مبكر, شبه عربي. مبكر, early. early. وكذلك تعلمنا كلمة يوم الجمعة أو يوم الجمعة. We also learned the phrase the day of gathering, يوم الجمعة. Remember يا إخوان, أيام الأسبوع أو أسماء أيام الأسبوع ليس Monday, Tuesday, لا, هذا كيف نفهمها, لكن هذا ليس أسماءهم, ليس أسماءها. Remember يا إخوان, in the Arabic language, Islamically, the days of the week, Jumu'ah. In English, it does not mean, for example, Jumu'ah does not mean Friday. Yom al-Khamis does not mean Thursday. That's how we understand them in the West. But that's not their meanings. That's not their name. You wouldn't translate Jumu'ah and say Friday. No. Jumu'ah is understood to us to be Friday, but it's the day of gathering. Right? طيب نمشي يا إخوان. Let's continue. طيب أين وصلنا? Where do we arrive يا إخوان? Page number 98. كان عندنا بعض الواجبات. So we had some homework on 98. نكبر الصفحة. Let's make it a little bigger. The page. طيب وصلنا إلى التدريب الأول. We arrived at exercise number 1. قال بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أجب عن الأسئلة التالية من النص. Answer the following questions from the text. So let's write this word يا إخوان. نسمعها كثيرا نستفيد منها. We hear this word a lot. Let's benefit from it inshallah. النص is the text. أي نص ما. Any text. قد يكون القرآن حديثا كتابا أي نص ما. So the word النص is going to be the text. Now this is any text. If you have the Quran in front of you, you mean in the ayat, you have a hadith, the wording of the Prophet, you're reading a book, whatever text is in front of you, you can call it an-nas, the text. Any text, you can call it an-nas, the text. النص. نتكلم عن الحديث مثلا فنقول ما هو النص. We're talking about a hadith and we say what's the wording, what's the nas, what's the text. ما هو النص. No. طيب. So he says answer the following questions من النص, from the text. طيب فالإجابات في النص. So the answers are in the wording or in the النص, the text. قال عن أي شيء سأل علي عمر. عن أي شيء. I like when he said this يا إخوان. عن أي شيء. About what did Ali ask Umar? Ali سأل عمر سؤالا. Ali asked Umar a question. عن أي شيء. Let's write that down يا إخوان. Eloquent phrase to memorize. عن أي شيء. About what? عن أي شيء. Memorize this phrase يا إخوان. عن أي شيء. About what? About which thing? Technically. عن أي شيء. About which thing? About what? عن أي شيء. About which thing? What thing? نتكلم عن أي شيء. We're talking about which thing? نقول عن العربية. About Arabic. So number 1 he says عن أي شيء سأل علي عمر. About what? About which thing did Ali ask Umar? طيب, you're going to write. تذكر Sheikh Abdullah? You remember? Abdullah, what did Ali ask Umar?
نعم السلام عليكم. أظن سأل علي عمر عن وصلاتي أسبوعية.
سأل علي عمر. طيب, before that question, the first question of the Nas, the first actual question Ali asked Umar. Ali did something. Umar did something. أحسنت. أين سأل علي عمر لماذا تسرع لماذا تسرع ماذا بك. أحسنت. This should be a meme. ماذا بك. So this is the first question that Ali asked Umar. So we're going to write سأل علي عمر لماذا تسرع ماذا بك. Ali asked Umar, why are you rushing? Why are you in haste? What is with you? Ali asked Umar, why are you rushing? What is with you? What is wrong with you? For example, سأل علي عمر لماذا تسرع. أحسنت. So number one, you should have something like this. سأل علي عمر لماذا تسرع. You can also say سأله عن سرعه. He asked him about his hasteness. أو عن إسراعه. طيب, الثاني. Number two. Father Sheikh Abdullah, read number two, inshallah. May Allah bless you.
نعم. سأل علي عمر عن العطلات الأسبوعية.
The second question. Read the question. Read the question first. لا بأس. لا بأس شيخ. تفضل.
لماذا أسرع علي؟
أحسنت. So question number two. Why did Ali rush? Why did Ali rush? تفضل. لماذا أسرع علي? Why was Ali in haste? Why did he rush? You answer number two. تفضل.
ليس علي هو عمر.
عفوا. لماذا أسرع علي? Where? The question says, what's the question? لماذا أسرع علي? Now, why did Ali rush? طيب, it should be Umar, صح? لماذا تسرع يا عمر? Now, I believe that that's incorrect on the author, because Umar is the one rushing, not Ali. So that should be Umar and not Ali. I sent you a share. Good notification. عمر. لماذا أسرع عمر؟ نعم. Why did Umar rush? Why did Umar rush? Like, what do you have, Sheikh?
I think I got my questions backwards. Because I misunderstood the question. I thought it was Ali, so I said Laysa Ali or Umar.
Nah, best you can say that.
Umar.
So it wasn't Ali,
And,
but it was Umar. So why did Umar rush? He wanted to do something on that day.
ولكن اليوم كامل تعلموا آخر أيامه.
So the next sentence, when he explains, عندما يشرح سبب إسراعه, when he explains why he's rushing. The next sentence.
ومن سبب, they got it backwards then instead.
When Ali, they got the question backwards. You were correct there. It should be why did Umar rush?
Right, and he's saying وَمَا سَبَبِ إِسْرَائِكَ.
Now, that's Ali asking Umar. The next question, the next sentence. He explains.
I'm confused.
On the question, it does look like he has the incorrect name because Ali didn't rush. Umar rushed. So Ali asks Umar, "Ma sababu isra'ika?" Ali says,
and he's saying لأنني أريد أن أجيز أعمالي الخاصة في هذا المساء.
no. You remember here, accent. When he says here, when you begin here first, he's beginning to explain. He says, لا شيء, nothing. لكن اليوم كما تعلموا آخر الأيام وغدا عطلة الأسبوع. So he says nothing. Today is the last day of the week, as you see, as you know, and tomorrow is the weekend. So then he asks him, وَمَا سَبَبُ إِسْرَعِكَ? This is the answer here. He's asking him, so what's the reason that you're rushing? What's the reason you're in haste today? And then Umar says, لأنني أريد أن أنجز أعمال الخاصة. So you can say لأنه أراد أن ينجز أعماله الخاصة في هذا المساء. He says, because I want to finish my specific work tonight. So why did he rush? He just wanted to finish his work. So you can say لأنه أراد, because he wanted to ينجز أعماله الخاصة, or something with this meaning, because he wanted to finish his specific work في ذلك أو في ذلك الليلة, on that night, في ذلك أو في ذلك المساء. No reason, he just wanted to finish his work that night before the weekend came. لأنه, because he wanted, أراد, should be أراد أن, because he wanted, أن ينجز, to finish أعماله الخاصة في ذلك المساء. So why did he rush? لأنه أراد أن ينجز أعماله الخاصة, because he wanted to complete his specific work في ذلك المساء, in that evening, or on that evening, before the weekend. Or you may say أسرع لينجز أعماله الخاصة قبل أسبوع or قبل العطلة, because he wanted to finish his specific work before the weekend. Anything that has that meaning, that will be correct. No. Because he wanted to finish his specific work. That evening. Or if you have, he wanted to finish his specific work before the weekend. لا بأس. لأنه أراد أن ينجز أعماله الخاصة قبل أسبوع أو قبل عطلة الأسبوع. If you wrote he wanted to finish his work before the weekend, that would be correct also. Yeah. طيب التي بعدها next sentence. He says number 3. متى سينجز عمر أعماله الخاصة؟ When shall Umar finish his specific work? When shall he finish his specific work? متى سينجز عمر أعماله الخاصة؟ When shall Umar finish? متى سينجز عمر أعماله الخاصة? When shall Umar finish his work? سينجز عمر أعماله الخاصة. Not yellow, يا إخوان. Doesn't come up good. When shall Umar finish his specific work? الآن يسأل عن الوقت. Now he's asking about the time. متى سينجز عمر أعماله? When shall Umar finish his work? Sister Carol, she says he finished his specific work in the evening. MashaAllah, أحسنتي. You can say that. وعليكم السلام يا شيخ. سينجز عمر أعماله في المساء. أحسنتي. Our sister answer number 3. She says عمر سينجز أعماله في المساء. Umar shall finish his work. should be ألف. أعماله الخاصة في المساء. جميلة أحسنتي. Umar shall finish his specific work in the evening. عمر سينجز أعماله الخاصة في المساء. أحسنتي. Umar shall finish his specific work في المساء, in the evening. If you wrote في مساء عطلة الأسبوع, that's correct also. If you wrote the evening of the weekend, that's correct also. If you wrote in the nighttime, we'll accept that. لا بأس. No. كيف أنت يا شيخ نكير؟ Your voice is low. Say a little louder. الخاصة. الخاصة. Specific. And shall finish his specific work in the evening. You have الخاص والعام. Sometimes you have class, especially with the mashayikh. This class is specific for the scholars. Where a big sheikh, only the students in front of him are other mashayikh. Or this class is only for the foreigners. Or this one is only for the women. Or you may have a class for the women, but not only for the women. There's a difference here, ikhwan. Khasun. Something is specific is only for them. We say, for example, عندنا. You say عندنا الدرس خاص للأولاد. You say we have a class specifically for the children. Now no one else can come. So if you're an adult, you can't sit in this lesson. That's different. طيب عندنا الدرس خاص للأولاد. We have a class specifically for the children. So now this is only for the children. Because it's specific. خاص. But you may have a class for someone, but it may not be specific. The Quran came down mainly from the actions of the Muslims at that time, but it's not khasun bihim, but it's not specific for them. But they would do something, the ayah came down. A Christian said something, a verse came down, but it's not specific for that situation. It may have came down for that reason, but it's not specific for that. So you say, we have a lesson specifically for the children, for example. So now the adult, he wouldn't sit in this class. But you may have a class for children, but it's not specifically for them. So now some of my classes overseas with some of the mashayikh, I sat in the children's classes. Those children were memorizers, and you could benefit. And it wasn't just for them. So I would have my notebook taking down the benefits of the shaykh while he's teaching children. So a difference between something is specific and something is for. So we say the same sentence, نفس الجملة نغيرها قليلا, but let's change it slightly. Look how the meaning changes. عندنا درس أو عندنا درس للأولاد. معنى مختلفة أو معنى مختلف. A different meaning now. عندنا الدرس للأولاد. Two different meanings now. Nothing specific. We have a class for children. But it's not specific for children. Two different meanings. Something specific is only for them and them only. We have a class, we have a lesson for children. Two different meanings. Something specific is only for that group, only. This class is only for the brothers. No woman can come. This class is only for the sisters. No men can come. But this can be a brother's class and sisters can learn also. But this can be a sisters class and brothers can learn also. So it depends. Oh, yeah. Wallahu alam. In the honest business. طيب Sheikh Nakir, read number 4. Our sister Zaki, our Sheikha, she says, ينجزه في مساء يوم الخميس. MashaAllah, you could say that. Change your fatha to a kasra. ينجزه في مساء. نعم. Masai will be the ism majrur. He completes it. He's finishing it the night of the Khamis, the night of the Thursday, mashallah. Or the day of the 5th, meaning Thursday. Ahsanti. Allah bless you. طيب. Number 4. تفضل يا شيخ. اقرأ الجملة. Read the sentence. Ahsant. Sheikh Nakir, he read, what did Ali request of him? So Ali requested something of Umar. So let's write this. What did Ali request? What did he ask Umar? He requested something of him. ماذا طلب علي ماذا طلب منه ماذا I didn't write it. ماذا طلب منه علي ماذا طلب منه علي. What did Ali request of him? ماذا طلب منه should be a فتحة. علي. What did Ali request of him? Remember, you don't always have to use the ism ظاهر, the parent noun. استخدموا الضمير. Start using pronouns يا إخوان. Our sister, she says, ينجزه. He finished it. Start using pronoun. It's very eloquent. You don't always have to be redundant and say the same apparent noun over and over and over. La. Start using pronouns يا إخوان. Here, he could have said, ماذا طلب علي من عمر. He could have said that, but he's teaching us to use the pronouns. He could have said, what did Ali request of Umar? But start using pronouns. What did Ali request of him? Meaning of Umar. Start utilizing pronouns, ya ikhwan. We'll write that inshallah ta'ala. تمرنوا بالضمائر. Write this down, ya ikhwan. تمرنوا بالضمائر. Start using pronouns. It's going to help your Arabic tremendously, ya ikhwan. Don't always be redundant. تمرنوا بالفتحة ضمائر. Practice with pronouns. Start using them, ya ikhwan. Very eloquent. You mention something by name, the next time you mention it, use the pronoun. Practice. I prayed to Allah and I asked him. I saw Ali and I asked him. You don't have to be redundant. I saw Ali and I asked Ali, so I said to Ali. No, you already mentioned him. So now use the pronoun. Sister Zakiya wrote, and then she said. You don't have to write, Sister Zakiya wrote, and Sister Zakiya said. No. Start playing with the pronouns. Sister Carol asked, and she said. No. Practice with the pronouns, ikhwan. Very eloquent. Iyaka, you, O Allah. Allah was already mentioned. So use a pronoun. No. طيب. So what did ماذا طلب منه علي? What did Ali request of him? The him يعود إلى Umar. The him goes back to Umar. طيب, man يجيب. Who can answer? What did he request? Man Yujib, you can reply. Let's see, Ikhwan. It's one of the best ways to practice your speech by bringing sentences. Our sister, she says, كيف سنقضيه معا. She says, he asks, this is one of his requests. He did ask this. He says, or she says, كيف سنقضيه معا. How shall we spend it together? How shall we spend it together? That's correct. When he said to him, Ali said, نعم حسنا, good. ولكن, how shall we spend it together? MashaAllah, sent. He requested. There's one more request there also. Let's see who can find it. That's one. He has one more request. He says, كيف نقضيه. Where's my... نعم. نقضيه معا. There's one request. Our sister has one. How shall we spend it tomorrow? There's one more. Huh? Say it again, Sheikh. Then he places it in the mailbox. That's Ali clarifying what he's doing, what he does from his actions. But there's a request from Ali, and one more request. Let's see who can find it. He says, there's another request there, Ikhwan. Huh? Close. All right, Sheikh Abdullah is close, super close. You're right there, Sheikh. You're right there. On that one, he's clarifying what he does. Sa'aktubu, I shall write. But he requests something of Umar. He requests something. Now, how shall we spend it together? There's another request. There's one more request that Ali requests of Umar. You have to look carefully. Let's see who can find it. One more request. طيب we'll show you يا اخوان ليس مشكلة. طيب you look here in the reading. He says ولماذا لا تستريح اليوم وتقضي أعمالك الخاصة غدا. He says, so why don't you rest today and finish your specific work tomorrow? ولماذا لا تستريح اليوم وتقضي أعمالك الخاصة غدا. Ali says, why don't you take it easy today? Relax today and finish your specific work tomorrow. So there were two requests. Sister Zakia answered one, and here's another. He says, وَلِمَاذَا لَا تَسْتَرِيحُ الْيَوْمِ. He says, وَلِمَاذَا لَا تَسْتَرِيحُ الْيَوْمِ. Why don't you rest today? وَتَقْضِي. Should be a tap. وَتَقْضِي أَعْمَالَكَ الْخَاصَّةَ غَدًا. Why don't you rest today and then you can finish your work tomorrow? So this will be the second request. وَلِمَاذَا لَا تَسْتَرِيحُ الْيَوْمَ. وتقضي أعمى. Let's take this meme away. أعمالك الخاصة غدا. Why don't you rest today and finish your specific work tomorrow? Accent. تفضل يا شيخ. A little. You sound real low, Sheikh. A little louder.
That word, possibly, would the word be possible?
The word. One more time, Sheikh. You sound super low. استريحة. No. On this word here, تقضي, the root is going to be قضية. So that ya is part of the verb. قضية is going to be the root. And I'm قضية. No, good question. May Allah bless you. طيب. Where we are يا إخوان؟ أين وصلنا؟ الخامس. Number 5. طيب. ماذا كان رد عمر? What was Umar's reply? Now, on both requests, he replied. So you can mention anyone you wish. ما كان رد عمر? What was Umar's reply? What did he say? ما كان رد عمر. What was Umar's reply? ما كان رد عمر. ما كان رد عمر. What was Umar's reply? What did Umar say when Ali asked him, وَكَيْفَ سَنَقْضِيهِ مَعًا? And how are we going to spend it together? What did Umar say? What did Umar say? Huh?
وقد دائما أن أشتري كلا ما أحتاج إليه في مساحة يوم الخميس.
MashaAllah. Finish the last part.
بأشتريها في يوم الجمعة.
MashaAllah. Center. طيب, this one reply here. I sent to Sheikh Abdullah. This one reply, he says, أفضل, I prefer. أفضل دائما, I always prefer. أن أشتري كل ما أحتاج إليه في مساء يوم الخميس. أفضل دائما, and I always prefer to buy أن أشتري كل ما أحتاج إليه في يوم في مساء نعم في مساء يوم الخميس لأستريح في يوم الجمعة. Nice sentence. I love the vocab in these books, ya ikhwan. Everyday vocab. He says, I prefer always. I always prefer دائما أن أشتري كل ما أحتاج إليه. I always prefer to buy everything I need the night of the day of Khamis, the fifth day, meaning Jumu'ah, meaning Thursday. And this should be a Kha. So I can rest on the day of Jumu'ah في مساء يوم الخميس لأستريح في يوم الجمعة. Nice. He says, I always prefer to buy everything I need on the night of Al-Khamis, on the night of the day of Al-Khamis, so I can rest on Jumu'ah. Beautiful sentence. Now this next one here, it didn't really say when Omar did this. So this may be from ourselves. He says, number 6. Mata sayastarihu Omar. It didn't really clarify exactly, but it alludes to it. When shall Omar rest? When shall Omar rest? So it doesn't really clarify specifically, but you can understand this part here. Mata sayastarihu Omar. When does Omar, or when shall Omar rest? Our sister says, I always prefer to buy everything I need on Thursday after Jumu'ah so I can rest. Change your after to, unless you mean yourself there, who's that, Sister Carol? If you mean the story, put fi yom al-Jumu'ah instead of after. Fi. If you're clarifying yourself, then that's fine. If you prefer, our sister says, I prefer to buy everything I need on Thursday after Jumu'ah so I can rest. If you mean the story, change your after to fi. And may Allah bless you. So here, when does Umar rest? He didn't really clarify specifically, but here's understood. Where Umar says, he says, Ta'al, where he says, there's two indications. The first one, where he says, ما رأيك في أن نقضي يوم غد معا? So this alludes to it. What do you say if we spend the day together tomorrow? And then the second one will be here, where Omar says, تعال إلي صباح يوم الجمعة مبكرا. Come to me the morning of Jumu'ah early. So this alludes to the fact that this is when Omar rests. No. وسنذهب في رحلة ممتعة جدا. And we shall go on a very wonderful trip. A very wonderful trip. So if you have this sentence here, let's write this out, ya ikhwan, and that will be correct. Where he says, when does Omar rest? متى سيستريح عمر? When does Omar, or when shall Omar rest? When shall Omar rest? It alludes to that Friday morning, Jumu'ah sabahan. When shall Omar rest, or take it easy, relax? It looks like he rests on Jumu'ah. As he said, تعال إلي صباح يوم الجمعة, come to me the morning of Jumu'ah, and we shall take a beautiful trip. So we're going to write يستريح عمر في يوم الجمعة. He rests, he relaxes on the day of Jumu'ah. Oh, what's under my foot? سيستريح في. Now let's use the pronoun. We already mentioned Umar by name, so now use the pronoun. سيستريح في يوم الجمعة. We already used his name, so let's use the pronoun. سيستريح, he shall rest on the day of gathering. We already used his name, so now let's use the pronoun. He, who is the he? Umar. So start using pronouns, يا إخوان. سيستريح في يوم الجمعة. He shall rest on the day of Jumu'ah. No. طيب الجملة التي بعدها, next sentence. من يقرأها? Who can read the sentence يا إخوان?
Inshallah, I'll try it.
Brother Sheikh.
هل لدي علي أعمال مثل عمر.
MashaAllah, Arsanta. Does Ali have actions or work like Umar? Does Ali have work or actions, tasks like Umar? هل لدى علي لدى to have هل لدى علي أعمال مثل ومثل شبه مثله نعم مثل عمر. Does Ali have work, action, functions like Umar? Sheikh Nake, what do you have for this one? I think you might got to reset some of your devices, Sheikh. Can you still access like Google? Can you access the internet? You may have to try to download it on your end. If when we send it, it don't open, you might have to try to download it on your end and then try to open it on your device. What are you on, your iPad or your phone? Yeah, you might have to try to reset. But if you have internet access, make sure you don't have anything like locked, or you may have restriction on what you can open. طيب, so you can write when he says نعم هنا, where Ali says نعم سأكتب اليوم بعض الرسائل لأصدقائي ثم أذهب كي أضعها في صندوق البريد ثم أعود لأنام. So where Ali says yes, Omar asks him, do you have work like me? He says yes. I shall write today some letters to my friends. So we can say, does Ali have work, tasks, functions like Omar? We can say نعم له أعمال مثله or مثل عمر. So we give you an eloquent way. Let's use two pronouns here. Let's see who's paying attention. We can say نعم له أعمال مثله. We say مثله. Two pronouns. We took both names away. We're going to write نعم له أعمال مثله. Let's see who can translate يا إخوان. نعم له أعمال مثله. Let's see who's really paying attention يا إخوان. We took both names away. نعم له أعمال مثله. Yes. Blank, blank, blank. Who can translate?
Yes, he has work like him.
Hey, accent. Yes, he has work like him. Yes, he talking about Ali, like him talking about Omar. Accent. Yes, he has work like him. The first he going back to Ali. The second he going back to Umar. Accent. طيب. Now it looks like he's talking about Ali here, because Ali was mentioned previously. But he could be talking about Umar. So however you answered it, لا بأس. He says, ما أهم أعماله. What's the most important of his actions? If you're talking about Ali, لا بأس. He could be talking about Umar. It looks like he's talking about Ali because he just asked about Ali above. But that's not a condition. So he could be talking about Umar. What's the most important thing that Ali does? What does Ali do, ya ikhwan? If we say Ali first, Ali says, سأكتب اليوم بعض الرسائل لأصدقائه. He says, I write some letters today to my friends. So we can say, أهم أعماله كتابة الرسائل لأصدقائه. From the most important of his actions is writing letters to his friends. Yeah. So let's write this out, يا إخوان. ما أهم أعماله. ما أهم أعماله. What's the most important of his actions? ما أهم أعماله. What is the most important of his actions, his tasks? We can say أهم أعماله كتابة الرسائل لأصدقائه. The most important of his actions is writing letters to his friends. That's important, ya ikhwan. A kind word to your family and your friends goes a long way. We're going to write أهم أعماله. Oh, nobody keep changing my font when I do that. لا بأس. أهم the most important of his actions. أهم أعماله كتابة أو كتابة الرسائل لأصدقائه. The most important of his actions is writing letters to his friends. أهم أعماله كتابة الرسائل لأصدقائه. طيب, and the next one. Who can read number 9 يا إخوان؟ تفضل. I sent. So now, number 9. What did Omar request from Ali? We did Ali to Omar. Now Omar to Ali. What did Omar request of Ali? He asked Ali to do something. Man Yujib, who can answer? ماذا طلب تشبيه عين عمر من علي? What did Omar request of Ali? Request of Ali. Sheikh Abdullah, he says, تعال إلي صباحا, where he says, come to me the morning of Jumu'ah. I sent. طلب منه أن يأتي إليه صباح يوم الجمعة. He requested of him. طلب منه. We don't have to mention who. It was already mentioned. طلب منه. He requested of him أن يأتي إليه صباح يوم الجمعة. أحسنت. He requested from him for him to come to him in the morning of Jumu'ah. طلب منه أن يأتي إليه صباح يوم جمعة. He requested of him to come to him the morning of the day of Jumu'ah. أحسنت يا إخوان. And then we have one last آخر جملة. He requested him to come to him the morning of the day of Jumu'ah. طيب, آخر جملة last sentence. قال أين سيقضيان يوم الغد? Where shall they both spend the day of tomorrow? The day of tomorrow, meaning tomorrow. Where shall they both spend tomorrow? What are they going to? Now here he says where, but it didn't really say the where. It just said what. So we can change that slightly. What will be more honorable, not the where. He didn't really say where. Man Yujib, who can answer, ya ikhwan? Where? Let's say, what are they going to do tomorrow will be better. Not where. What? What are they going to do? Our sister says, write letters to my friends. MashaAllah. Correct. Our sister says, yes, he has worked like him. Ahsanti. Here he says where. We're going to change that and make it what are they going to do? ماذا سيفعلان? That'll be better. He didn't really say the where, but he mentioned what they were going to do. So let's write ماذا سيفعلان في يوم غد. What are they going to do tomorrow? Not where, but what? He said, come and we're going to do something. ماذا سيفعلان في يوم الغد. What are they going to do tomorrow? Man Yuji, who can answer, ya ikhwan? Our sister says, he also سأل رأيه كيف أن نقضي معا. نعم. That was number 9. ماذا طلب عمر? What did Umar request of him? نعم, that's another request. He says, what do you think? ماذا نقضي أن نقضي يوم غد معا. He asked him, what do you say? What do you think if we spend the day together tomorrow? That's a correct answer also. There were a few requests from both sides. Our sister says, come to me the morning of Jumu'ah. Ahsanti. Correct. MashaAllah. جدا. أحسنت. So number 10 we will say سيذهبان في رحلة ممتعة جدا. سيذهبان في رحلة ممتعة جدا. MashaAllah. So number 10 we can write, they shall go on a beautiful trip, a very beautiful trip. ممتعة جدا. أحسنتم يا إخوان. أحسنتم. May Allah bless you all. They shall go on a very wonderful journey. طيب, التمرين الذي بعده, exercise number 2. نترك هذا للواجب. Let's leave this for homework يا إخوان. Maybe we can do 2 and 3. They both are real small. Let's do exercise number 2 and 3 for homework. I want you to write التدريب الثاني, exercise number 2. اكتب 6 جمل مع استعمال عبارة. Write 6 sentences using the phrase you have. Mention 6 things that you have. I have such and such, and or that you have. So you're going to write it in. You have this. So you're going to write what you have. I have this, and I have that, and I have this. 6 things that you have. And then number 3, exercise number 3. We're going to do 2 and 3 for homework, inshallah. أجب كما في النموذج. Answer as it comes in the example. النموذج example. أسرع to rush. ما سبب إسراعك اليوم؟ حضر. طيب ما شاء الله. Nice exercise. Here you have to know the masdar here. So this is going to keep us a little busy. So he gives us the verb أسرع to rush. So he wants us to use the phrase, what is the reason of your rushing? But put it in the masdar. So he gives us the word on the side. So you have to come with the masdar and keep the sentence ma sababu. So we're going to keep ma sababu and al-yawma. So you're going to keep ma sababu space, and then you're going to have al-yawma. So you're going to write, what is the reason, what is the cause of your, whatever the word he brings, you're going to bring the masdar of that word and keep the remaining sentence. What is the reason of your blank today? What is the reason of your absence today? What is the reason of your sadness today? So we'll do those two for homework, inshallah, and we'll go over them in the next lesson, number 2 and number 3, inshallah. So today we do 2 exercises for homework, 6 sentences. Say, I have this, I have that. Oh, afwan ya ikhwan. I read it wrong. Hold on 1 second. One correction. He wants us to write it in the asking form. So instead of writing I have, he wants us to say, do you have? Aladayka such and such. So you're going to write it asking someone 6 questions. Aladayka. So that's a correction on my part. So for exercise number 2, you're going to write aladayka. Ladayka kada wa kada. You're going to write, do you have? Ladayka. Do you have, and mention 6 things you would say to someone. Do you have such and such? Do you have such and such? Do you have such and such? So that's a correction on my part. Aladayka. So 2 exercises for homework. We'll stop there, ikhwan. فَنَسَبْتُ فَمِنَ اللَّهِ وَنَخْتَوْتُ مِنْ نَفْسِي. Anything we said that's correct is from Allah. Anything we said is incorrect is from ourselves. And may Allah bless you all. وَسُبْحَانَكَ اللَّهُمَّ وَبِحَمْدِكَ أَشْهَدُ أَنْ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا أَنْتَ أَسْتَغْفِرُكَ وَأَتُوبُ إِلَيْكَ وَالسَّلَامُ عَلَيْكُمْ وَرَحْمَةُ اللَّهِ وَبَرَكَاتُهُ.
That was good.
تفضل يا شيخ.
Andy Suez.
تفضل.
I know you have to pray, but I want to ask a question. I was reading in Surah Al-Araf. And when it says, try and find it. I don't know. No, I have it. Give me 1 second. If I go here, I don't want to paraphrase the hadith. I mean the ayah.
لا بأس. When you just check it and then you can ask me at a later time. لا بأس.
Okay. Can I give you a call, inshallah?
Of course, Sheikh, of course.
Nah, mashallah. Shukran.
وإياكم وإياكم. All right, sounds good, Sheikh. وعليك السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. May Allah raise you, Sheikh. Our sister says يذهبان في رحلة ممتعة جدا. Nah.
I continue to keep you with things that
Ameen, ameen, ya Sheikh. May Allah read all of us, inshallah ta'ala. Kulluna. Nah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.